So I'm gonna touch on a really quick talking point. I cannot stand this guy. I cannot stand him. Solely because like all he ever does is like have these talking points that he does not intend to debate. He just goes straight through a conversation. He puts in some spice in there, and then he goes straight to the next one. Like for example, he'll in this clip, right in this video, I'm showing a couple of seconds from. He just went from having a talking point like that I agree with on in terms of veterans coming back after seeing some stuff at the war, and it kind of like staying fresh in their minds, right? And then he goes to like saying women don't aren't looking for protection, women aren't looking for strong men, and then going back to something else entirely. And I'm just sitting here, I'm like, what, right? So let's listen to this real
Sometimes
quick.
extended periods of time, sometimes with other physiological things lacking too, like sleep, diet, whatever. But regardless of that, again, we hit on there's another red pill talking point. Like, what is a woman looking for in a man? Protection. Like, where do you live? Is this like in Pakistan, or are we like in some civil war place? Like, we live in the United States of America.
Oh, okay. And I just want to talk just what remember the riots?
In widespread unrest not seen in decades, American cities from Seattle to Washington, D.C. burned.
So they're not looking for protection. This is this Pakistan? What we don't have violence. We don't have violence in America. Chicago's not called Chirac. Are we just not gonna talk about that, bro? I gotta ask. I gotta ask this man. Like let's.
I don't think protection is the thing that, like, most people probably want a guy that earns a decent paycheck.
But is that not financial protection?
Yeah, but that's not the protection that he was talking about, right? If you want to broaden protection
really?
to be so overly broad and meaningless that it includes things like making money, you can do that. But when people say protection,
It meaningless. Bro, like how oh my, I gotta just like dude, how protected were you in your childhood, my dude? Some of us can't go down the street at night or during the day, sorry, during the broad daylight without being like, am I gonna get shot today? I just the other day saw a guy with a gun. I'm just running around like trying to work out, right? I waved to this dude. He's like fidgeting with something over there. I was just trying to be polite. I looked to my right. I saw the dude freaking had a gun in his hands. I was like, bro, what? I bolted, bro. I was out of there. Like, this isn't America, dude. Like, what are you talking about? Not only that, crime is increasing. Just the other day in my neighborhood, no, not in my neighborhood, but in my city, we had a guy, an old man, who had a break-in. Four Hispanic people, right? I think it was like two male, two female. Broke into his house and he shot two of them dead. The other two were injured. You no protection needed. No protection needed, right? No protection. When you have videos like I don't really remember like what the name was. If I need to, I'll go back and look. But what is it? Los Angeles, California. They have that model of homeless people or something, and there's this one dude going around like trying to help them out, get him out of homelessness. That dude gets stabbed. The guy trying to help homeless people is getting stabbed by who? The homeless people, my dude. For what? To get money for drugs. And this guy is trying to tell me like, oh, why do you need protection? What do you live in Pakistan? Like, dude, like how like what box do you live in that doesn't like that you think you're like you won't get hurt, period? Is he just trying to trigger people or so? I don't get it. Is he trying to like start something so that people will like comment on it? Is that his whole thing? Is he just trying to be spicy? Like, oh no, man, you don't need protection. Women are strong enough to take out a man. Meanwhile, there is a video on YouTube. You could look it up. Two female cops are struggling to get a male down. I don't know if he was a skater or he was a bike. He was like riding a bicycle. This dude was just biking along, and they're struggling to take a perp down. Trained female officers, two of them, on one regular, like, he's just a decent looking, not a decent looking guy, but just he's not fit or anything. And then you want to tell me, oh, wait, what? You're not looking for protection, bro. When my mother saw this guy crying one time that she was with, she came to me and she said, Salty, I don't think I want to be with him. I can't like he was crying, and I literally was like, Mom, don't you cry? Yeah, but it's different. What bubble are you living in, bro? And this is another reason why I can't stand listening to Destiny, dude. Like I literally try to watch this show, and I kind of leave like overly insane rhetoric out of my life like this because just you can't argue with these people. You try to argue common sense and facts, right? And then all they come out is like just this out of the left field, just ballpark throw like that's ridiculous. I found this information right here from my best friend off the side of the news source. If you could just like pop it off, like well who credited it? Oh well he saw it and he told me he saw it. He saw the magical unicorn in the background. I swear I saw it. Like just and Destiny, like if you actually listen to like some of his conversations, he literally either argues for other people against himself, or he I don't know if he's actually listening to the conversation. Like listen to this, right?
And largely they just cite that they feel unfulfilled. I think that can manifest in a variety of ways, but I think it's like they're looking at their husbands as less attractive for whatever reason.
Well,
you can even see studies too. Women that earn more than their husbands in a long enough timeline are more likely to divorce them because they don't have that traditional perceived ability to, like she mentioned, protect financially. But I agree with what
wait,
you're
real quick,
saying.
hold on. Neither of those two things
Perceive more like they're
make the top.
because I think women are initiating something between like 2/3 and 80% of divorces, and
Okay, that's what I wanted y'all to hear. Is that initiating 2/3 to whatever divorce? You heard a number, right? Listen,
largely they just
let's
spins
push it
The
forward.
divorce rate.
financially. But I agree with
Wait,
what
wait,
you're
real
saying.
quick, hold on. Neither of those two things are completely true. Number one,
What did he just say? None of those things are completely true. That means there are true, but they're not completely true. We're not arguing in absolutes, Destin. That's why he said a percentage. He gave you a little fraction of who was actually initiating like the situation. I like, bro, like, yeah, and then like out of nowhere, like he doesn't listen, and then he'll argue for him.
the divorce rate gets cited a lot. There's a reason why women overwhelmingly initiate divorce versus men. That's because oftentimes women have more they need to secure by doing so.
More they need to secure by doing so. Huh? Bro, what do you mean they have more they need to secure by doing so? Like they have more to grab from somebody else, like more to take from someone else by doing so? Is that what you're saying? So it's an incentive to be stealing from somebody, pretty much, right? Let's just call it what it is. If you're taking something from someone else, it is stealing, isn't it?
If a man and a wife get together and things, petter out, whatever, things don't work out, especially if the woman is a child, that woman has to file for divorce if she wants to qualify for benefits, if she wants to get any kind of child support, if she wants to get any kind of welfare. Otherwise, her husband's income.
Okay, let's pause it right here. Like, this is what I hate about this. This is another thing. I can't listen to them. I can't listen for too long. I start getting mad. Because he doesn't breathe. He just starts like just spitting out random facts, and you hear all these wrong things, and you can't tell him to stop because he just goes. Because when you stop him, you're just like, okay, you said about 10 things wrong. I can't remember every single one of them because one after the other is just like shocking me a little bit more and more, and I just forgot the last one. Right. so when you have to stop him because he just says these random facts. It's just like I don't know if he just picks them out of his mind or something. He's just like but let's talk about the welfare. You are not forced to get on welfare. You're not forced to use the government to basically make the father pay for your child and whatever, right? You are not. No one is forcing you to. You have the opportunity to, but no one is forcing you to. And it is also it's not like the only thing you can do. You could have an abortion. And I'm not for it. There's a bunch of people that are saying, which will argue for my point. My body, my choice. So you could have an abortion, right? Okay, so the child is a little bit older. You can't abort like a child that's already out, right? Okay, fair enough. We can't do that. We have orphanages. If you can't do that, all right. You could rent an apartment somewhere with a couple of other people. There's a bunch of like rooms and whatnot for rent for really really cheap. And you just live with other people. You could have a child there, right? I've seen it happen in my neighborhood. I've seen it happen elsewhere. I don't understand. Like, what is this? What is this? Yeah, they're forced to take your money. They are forced, otherwise they can't survive. Okay, so while you have that opportunity to live with those people, and you have a car, or if hopefully you have a family, I understand some people might not have that opportunity, right? But you can work your way up to supporting yourself and your child, whether you're a father or a mother. That is possible. I've seen it. It's always possible. It just depends on the determination of the person. I don't understand like I say, dude, these arguments, bro.
Is constantly going to be taken into account when she's trying to apply for any assistance or need. So women are oftentimes highly incentivized to get divorced because a man can be like married and
Highly incentivized to get divorced because of what? Because it's profitable. Don't even start arguing me with it. It's not profitable, brother. Don't even do it, because you already know some of these women be looking at these NBA players like, yo, I'm gonna bag that man. I'm gonna bag that man. And then what do you do? What do you do? You bang him. You have a kid. You divorce him. You take his money. There's even black comedians. I remember. I don't know if it was Chris Rock or somebody, man. Like, but they made such a great point. I love these guys. They will tell you the truth. They're like, they will work. You have the man who work his life. He'll build himself from the ground up, build a business, do all this stuff, get all this stuff together, right? All the way up to the top, make $12 million, and all she had to do was get pregnant, file for divorce, and she takes half of it. Half of 12 is $6 million. $6 million for what? You banged the dude, you got a divorce. Tell me that's not BS, bro.
not give a fuck forever. Socially, there's probably less stigma. Like, oh, I'm sorry.
And he just said like a man could just get a divorce and not just whatever. I
Separated from my wife. A man can be like married and not give a fuck forever. Socially, there's probably less stigma. Like, oh, I'm separated from my wife. She's whatever. Versus a woman being like, well, I'm still married, but I don't see my husband. So
no. No, 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 no. No, that's BS. First of all, if you don't take care of your kid, people will look down on you. People will look down on you like, oh, as a man, you had a child with somebody and you didn't take care of him. Oh, you're a piece of crap. Secondly, did we just forget about child support, Destiny? Is just child support just goes. This is what we're literally this is what I mean. Like what he argues literally for others was when he just cites like the man could just go and not give a crap. Oh, okay, and the government won't hunt him down and like say, oh, by the way, you're a few months late on your child warranty. Would you like to renew it? With a gun to the man's head, because if you don't pay for it, I believe there are awful repercussions that happen, right? So all of a sudden, people are incentivized to care, I imagine, right? So don't even start telling me this crap about, oh, they could just leave and not care whatsoever. Yeah, if you change your name, your date of birth, all that other stuff, if you go off the grid completely, don't ever see that person again and go, gone. Sure.
socially, there's a lot of stigma behind who would cause a divorce. And then for financial benefits, a woman with a child whose husband is no longer in the picture and not helping, she absolutely needs to file for that divorce.
And this goes back to the point, absolutely. Now we're arguing absolutes. Absolutely needs to. It's just there's no other way. Just absolutely, bro. There's just no other way. You don't file for the. Dude, she won't make it. Dude, they're just gonna be dead on the street. Bro, what?
In order to qualify for anything she might need to maintain a household. Number one. Number two, after the divorce thing, you brought up the, what was this?
Number one. Number two. It was like skips. So that was that number one prior, or are we getting to number one? We're skipping it. Number two, is this like the gnome thing on Prof? It's like the gnome thing on South Park. Number one, get the thing. Number two. Number three, profit. Like
second thing.
Oh shoot, I don't even remember.
See what I'm saying? Like he said so many things so fast, even he doesn't know what. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Like nobody hears. Like they're trying to rip apart. Like not rip apart, but you know, when someone presents you some facts, right? You kind of have to say, you have to have a conversation of where something has to stop, and then you talk about it, right? Like, the sky is blue, stop. Let's talk about it. But what Destiny does is, the sky is blue, the grass is purple, the car that drove over here was burgundy green and also had an anime girl on it. There's a bunch of women that carted off their boobs and whatnot, and then all of a sudden, like, the sun is gonna fall tomorrow. And you're just like sitting there, you're like, alright, dude, you said some things were true, and a lot of things that were wrong. Huh? Like, what do I pick? And then you just sit there to yourself, you're just like, dude, this is so dumb. Like, am I, huh?
Fuck, was it the protection thing? Fuck, I lost
Probably.
it. But the number one
Even
thing
he,
was, yeah.
this is what I'm talking about, bro. Even he doesn't even know what he's talking about. This is how bad this dude. And they let him on the show, bro. Like, and this is, I'm telling you, this is the first time. That's why I can't listen to him, dude.
Not, yeah.